Good morning. Welcome to Word of the Week. I'm Duncan McLeay, the staff chaplain at U-Turn. We are reflecting on how we relate to others at home, at work, or wherever. And I'm using a template or a checklist called the 5 words of relating. I have found this personally helpful as a reminder and a prompt, and I hope you do too. The 5 words of relating are hello, thank you, I'm sorry, I love you, goodbye. And last week we reflected on hello. So today we reflect on thank you. Paul begins his letter to the believers in Thessalonica and he writes, "How can I thank God enough for you in return for all the joy we have in the presence of God because of you?" 1 Thessalonians 3:9. And he writes to the Philippians in chapter 1 verse 3, "I thank God every time I remember you." It was a central aspect of all his correspondence that expresses thanks for those he is speaking to. And these words of thanks are not perfunctory, but come from a heart of prayerful reflection and valuing what they had brought into his life and specifically the gift that they were to him. It's important to express thanks and appreciation, to live gratefully and thankfully, receiving each person who comes across our path with thanks. Thanks for opening the door. Thanks for the cup of tea. Thanks for letting me into the traffic. Thank you for the compliment, the appreciation you expressed. Thank you for the gift, the card, the meal, the lift, the favor, for coming, for being here, for your thoughtfulness, your kindness, your generosity, for the trouble you took. There are so many things that we can be grateful for and express our thanks for. Even in the most perfunctory and briefest interactions, there's always opportunity to express thanks for something. I recall waiting in the queue to get a visa application processed. The man in front of me was not having a good time. It was clear that there were complications with his application and it was not going to be resolved today. But I'll always remember his parting comment to the woman on the other side of the counter. He said, "I can see that I'll have to come back again, but you have been kind and helpful, and I thank you." She smiled as he turned and walked away, and I did too. So after starting each conversation today and this week with a hello or equivalent, be alert to the gift in the other person and express thanks. It'll bring a smile to their faces and to yours. Paul said, "How can we thank God enough for you in return for all the joy we have in the presence of God because of you?" Loving God, thank you for those who have enriched our week through their acts of kindness and care, thoughtfulness and generosity, and for the joy they have brought to us. Help us to be generous in our thanks and appreciation and to express it in our words and deeds. For Jesus' sake. Amen.